Hello, this is Sierra and welcome to another video. Today we're doing another video inside of Hermitcraft Season Clockwork. We are moving on to the next story. We are on to story 12, which is respected to Tango. This is the second part, the two-parter storyline that I'm going with. Though there are plans to branch out into different directions from here. I don't know how far though. So yeah, I'm not sure how long the story is going to go, but it seems to be going alright. Yeah. Let's get right into it, shall we? My nose is being weird, but I apologize. Episode 46, Chapter 1. Exactly 3 days had passed since Beat-Ups had received the book from the mysterious man that worked for Mr. A and RJ. Tango had decided to spend the day hanging out with him, seeing as both of them knew that the man would be coming for the YouTuber's response. So Tango wondered if the man already knew the answer, seeing as Hermit was pretty sure his friend wasn't about to hand himself in to suffer whatever horrors RJ wanted to inflict on him. Surely it wouldn't let him do that willingly. He was helping his friend out with sorting out the sorting system, as the redstone had broken down due to it being triggered far too much, thanks to Beatles' previous capabilities. He could hear his friend rummaging through the chest as he tried to sort out whatever didn't belong, and had somehow slipped through as Tango worked behind him, updating the redstone so that it would work properly again. This arrangement is awful, Beatles admitted simply as Tango fixed up one side of the system, knowing he had the other half to do. Not sure how some of these things got in here. Should fix it, Tango said matter-of-factly, as he carefully hopped over and around the cramped space. It was practically an obstacle course. That's good, Beat-Up said happily, as Tango hopped out of the hole he'd made and closed it up, looking in one last time to ensure no mobs would spawn inside. It was well lit. Tango wandered over to the other half of the system when he noticed something in the other side of the hallway near the back of the room. Tango started as the figure stepped from the back wall and approached them, his black cloak covering its feet, with long sleeves that included blue armbands. The hood rested over the man's face as the man approached, as Beat-Ups turned around to see the man. That's him! Beat-Ups gasped in surprise. How did you get in here? I was here for a while, just watching you two chat. The man paused, amused with a smile as he looked between the two YouTubers. Such a shame I couldn't speak with you alone, Beat-Ups. I don't trust you, Beat-Ups said as he narrowed his eyes. Should make sense why, seeing as you find enjoyment in threatening my friends. Yet you have one of your friends right here, the man mused as he gestured towards Tango, who extended an axe warily. The man chuckled. There's no need for that. There is, Beat-Ups said defiantly as he lifted his chin in confidence. You keep sneaking around the cause members far too easily. It's not hard. The particles are hardly visible if you aren't looking for them, the man shrugged. You've done it to us before. It seems fair to use the same tricks. I guess so, Beat-Up said thoughtfully, as he glanced over at the door behind him as Tango followed his gaze. It wasn't being blocked. Realistically, they could run out of here and get help. So far, though, the man wasn't threatening them much. Yet. So you're looking for my answer? That is the plan, is it not? The man asked. But if I were to be honest, you and I know very well you have no choice in the matter. Yeah, I figured. Beat-Ups nodded. Thing is, you haven't exactly captured me yet. Nor would I willingly hand myself over for a risk of getting infected with that redstone bug again. Sure, the man nodded. Would you like to tell me how you didn't die when you should have? No, Beat-Ups replied simply. It's going to kill me eventually. It just slowed it down considerably. Interesting. The man nodded. Still, RJ wants to see you, and I cannot disappoint him. You're coming with me. You have to get through me first, Tango said firmly as he raised his axe defensively as Beat-Ups looked nervously in his direction. This is where we depart, Beat-Ups finally replied after watching the YouTuber and the man stare at each other for a moment. Tango looked away as he nodded, following his friend to the door. Oh, I don't think so, the man replied. stone darkening as Tango heard a glass shattering behind them. "Run!" Tango shouted as he pushed his friend forward. As they ran out of the storage room and down the hall towards the stairs, leading down to the first floor as he heard the man chasing them. He glanced behind him as the man lunged at him as he yelped in surprise. The man grabbed him, pulling him back as he shouted out for his friend. "Let him go!" Peter shouted as he looked back before charging towards the man, who laughed as he half dragged Tango into his spare room. He was struggling to pull away from him. "You should know better than to bring friends to the party, if there's only one ticket," the man sneered as he dragged the hermit to the window, which was closed and locked. Tango could see the shadow appear behind Beat-Ups. He swallowed, feeling himself being lifted off the ground. "Help!" Tango yelped as he felt himself being flung through the window. The glass smashed, feeling himself plummet to the ground before hitting the damp grass below. With a groan, his pain shot up through his entire body. He looked up to see the man leap down from the window and throw a pearl, landing safely to the ground as Beat-Ups ran to the window. "Tango!" Beat-Ups hollered from the window. "You okay?" "Fine," Tango groaned as he tried to sit up, but was grabbed from behind as something broke at his feet as he watched his friend, hands and legs, disappear into thin air. "Get away from him!" Beat-Ups shouted as Tango watched his friend leap down. Gliding to the ground as he charged to where they had been, as Tango opened his mouth to call out before a hand covered it as he heard a voice whisper in his ear. "I'd keep quiet if I were you," the man whispered as Tango struggled against the man's grip, but he disappeared into the trees, hearing his friend call out for him as the hand pulled away. "Beat-Ups, move here!" Tango yelled as the man groaned in frustration. He shouted something silver appear out of nowhere. He swallowed. There was a floating dagger in the air, swinging at him, as he managed to pull away before he was slammed against the trees, gasping in pain when the dagger hit its mark. "Tango!" Peter shouted when he finally spotted the commotion, running towards him as Tango looked up as he felt the air being choked out of him, as he saw his friend through blurry tears. "Weren't you?" the man said slowly. As the man's grasp on him was released, Tango fell to the ground, groaning in pain as he laid on his back, feeling pain where the man must have stabbed him. "Don't test me, YouTuber. Oh." Tango gasped as he looked up at the man. Just as he faded to existence, the man's face hidden by the shadow of the cloak, his dark eyes staring down at him as Beat-Ups tackled the man. "Get away from my friend!" Beat-Ups hollered in rage as Tango watched his friend valiantly tried to keep the man down before he was shoved off, the man grabbing him by the arm as he slammed the YouTuber to another tree. "Ow! Beat-Ups!" Tango groaned again, hearing his friend cry out as the man tossed from the ground and kicked him. His friend grew limp. The man chuckled to himself as he bent down and took out some rope from his pocket and bound the YouTuber's arms behind him before standing, looking over at Tango, who was now visible. "Now, what do you do with you?" the man asked as Tango struggled to sit up, groaning in pain as the man walked towards him. "Stay away from me, please," he said in a near whisper. "Oh, what?" the man asked as he raised an eyebrow, leaning down to see the YouTuber eye to eye. "There's nothing you could do to stop me. Nothing you could do to keep me from hurting you or your friends. You know that very well. You're alone. The cause members here are busy with something else. No one can help you, nor will they be able to fight you. You don't." Tango tried, as the man put a finger to the hermit's lips. "I do now." The man smiled coldly as he retrieved the little weapon once more. "But it'll be too late soon." "Oh!" Tango tried as the man grabbed him again as he screamed in pain, hoping someone would hear them. The moment passed as the man let him go as he pulled out something else in his pockets. Tuber groaned, lying on the ground as the man lifted his head and forced him to shrink as he looked down to see his body disappear once again. "No one will be able to find you for a good while," the man chuckled. "Of course, unless the monsters find you first." "Please, no," Tango pleaded as the man stood, his smile dark and ominous as he walked over to the unconscious hermit as he picked him up and swung him over his shoulder. "Beat-Ups! It's unfortunate the two of you won't be able to say goodbye," the man replied smoothly as he glanced over his shoulder as he shrugged. "Not my problem. Get back here, you! Tango tried before the sentence was drowned out by coughing. Watching as the man disappeared through trees, and he lay there helpless as his vision began to fade before he passed out completely. Unfortunately, that's where I'm going to end this episode. Yeah, I could go on, but then, yeah, then I would ruin the perfectly good cliffhanger here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Yes, it was a little dark. Sometimes there's gotta be dark moments, but yeah. Yeah. I try not to go too far. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, whatever that might be.